there's a guy who comments on my blog who's probably a 60-year-old CEO in Austin, Texas. He goes by the name of JLM, and he is awesome. I've met him a few times. He's truly incredible. And he sort of called me out in the comments, and he said, when you present, know your audience. And what he was kind of saying was, what you're really saying, Fred, is when you come present to you, do this. And I said, you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, this probably isn't great advice if you're going to present to a VC who really wants to see 25 slides. But when you're coming to present to me, this is what I want. And so at a minimum, what I'm trying to do with my blog is to let people know about what I care about. So when you walk into, first of all, you know even whether to bother walking into my office. And if you do walk into my office, you have a good idea of what I want. And I also, so that's at a minimum. The other thing is, I also believe that that is better for the entrepreneur and better for the VC. And so I'm trying to evangelize in some ways to tell the industry you should act this way. But, that's, who is it for me to do that, right? Well, I guess I feel like I can do that, but there's plenty of people in the venture industry who don't want to work that way, and if you know that they're not like that, then don't go in and do that, right? Because it's not going to work out very well. There's one other thing you asked, which is, the whole thing about quit when you're 18 and do a startup, or kind of do what I did, which is do some apprenticeship, do a startup. I think some of it is if you have that great idea and you just can't put it down, then I think you should just do the startup, right? Like, forget about the apprenticeship and all that kind of stuff. And if you're David Karp and you're 20 years old and all of a sudden you're like, gee, I can create this product and nobody else has created anything like it, and I know exactly how to build it and I can't wait to build it, then do it. But if you're doing a startup because you want to do a startup, but you don't know what to do, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend quitting high school to do that. I think then, it might be better to, kind of go along a little bit more conventional